absolutely agree with all of that. What I will say is I've got more text messages about any Katie Taylor fight ever about this story than any one of the fights. Even when the first fight against Serrano, the first women's fight to headline Madison Square Garden, the being on the Jake Paul v Tyson undercard, I got more messages about this Ronda Rousey fight than I have any of them.
People interested or not?
Just not interested, but just like, what the fuck is going on here? You know,
you guys are out of your minds if you think that Holly Holm versus Katie Taylor is more compelling than Ronda Rousey versus Katie.
Wait a second.
That's a sport and contest.
When you say compelling, what are you talking about?
It's more of an.
I'm not saying it's bigger. I'm saying it's just a more.
You said that just a second ago.
I didn't say it's bigger. I said it's more. It's a more even fight. If
no, but you said people will want this more. They will not. Nobody will want that more.
I'm not saying want it more. Of course, Ronda Rousey fighting in a comeback fight, but it's silly. That's a silly fight. It doesn't make any sense. Holly versus Katie is a more interesting fight because Holly has a better chance of beating Katie. I don't think she does.
So is Katie versus the second-ranked fighter in that weight class.
If Katie Taylor is going to fight a former MMA fighter, she might as well fight the one who beat her, who's a former boxer as well.
Couldn't disagree more. She should fight the biggest name. Ronda Rousey is the biggest name in.
I'm not talking as Katie Taylor's advisor or manager. I'm talking about like what I want to see as a fan. Obviously, go get the money. It's the same thing as Joshua and Jake. It's the biggest fight for the most amount of money.
Yes,
I'm just saying as
someone. It might be the easiest fight as well,
and the easiest.
And also the pressure though. The people are talking about the pressure on Joshua to do something with Jake Paul. The pressure on Taylor to get rid of Ronda Rousey in what would potentially be, and fair play to Colin Morrison, he brought this up when he was speaking to me about it. He said they will no sanction. No one's going to sanction this for 10 rounds if it is Ronda Rousey. It's going to be 6 rounds, 2-minute rounds. And you have to put her away, basically, or you come away looking kind of bad. Like, that is a different kind of pressure than what Joshua was facing with Jake Paul.
I don't know, wipe her tears with the biggest paycheck of her life.
Also, Joshua is like this power-punching heavyweight. Katie Taylor, if she just battered her for 6 rounds, I think people would still be okay with it.
Yeah.
You think so?
Jake Paul is a better boxer than Ronda Rousey. Does anyone disagree with that?
100% correct. 100%.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. She would need to put her away as far. She's never boxed before in her life.
Right.
I know, but she will beat the brakes off her.
She was on the cover of Ring. She was on the cover of Ring magazine. We should
don't forget that. Right? Don't forget that.
And Joe Rogan did say she beat Mayweather.
I've said time and again that the Ronda Rousey comeback talk is real. Yeah. I've said time and again, and I've also said that Ronda versus Gina is a real thing. This was something that the UFC was interested in several years ago. It went haywire, pardon the pun, and now it's becoming a thing. And wouldn't you know it, yesterday, all of a sudden, in the aftermath of this news coming out, courtesy of Boxing Scene, there's Gina Carano posting on her social media, training with John Wood.
Now I see what you're doing.
At Syndicate MMA, grateful to be here for my health, the people around me, the people who inspire me, and the desire to do better. Now, no indication there that she is planning a comeback, but this is what the word on the street would suggest. Looking pretty good there, Gina. Tremendous to see. You know, we love Gina over here, despite what she may think of what others have told her. Peace and love, peace and love. That, to me, makes a lot more sense, Gina Ronda, than Ronda versus Katie. Now, when I say sense, let me clarify. I would be more interested in Ronda versus Gina is like the two pillars of women's MMA coming together for one fun night. That's cool. They've both been inactive for quite some time. By the way, by the time 2026 rolls around, it will have been 17 years, believe it or not, as crazy as that sounds, since Gina Carano's last fight. Her last fight was in August of 2009. Absurd. Ronda's last fight, December of 2016, then WWE. That to me is more, I'd rather sign up for that if I had to pick one or the other. But of course, if I'm Katie, I'm going after this. And by the way, of course, if I'm Katie, I'm sprinkling this, or her team, I'm sprinkling this in the media to try to drum up some interest for it, right? Why not? But I'm just saying, as someone who is saying, okay, like these are the options, the home one means a little bit more, in my opinion, and is a lot more interesting than that one.
In both these equations, though, Ronda Rousey is the A side. It's Ronda, right? It's Gina on her own coming back against anybody else doesn't matter that much.
Can I ask you a question?
Katie Taylor's next fight outside